Welcome to the Laptop Lifestyle Dad Show. I'm your host, Jeff Ross, the caffeinated kangaroo from Down Under, here to help you navigate the wild world of social selling and AI mastery. Whether you're a frustrated affiliate marketer, an inspiring coach, or a seasoned network marketing pro, you're in the right place. And each week we'll be deep diving with key experts from the online business world, sharing their tips and tricks and stories to help you elevate your game. Plus, I'll be serving up some quick coaching episodes packed with actionable insights to keep you ahead of the curve. So grab your favorite cuppa, sit back, and let's hop into another episode. Welcome to the journey of mastering the art of social selling and AI while balancing life as a laptop lifestyle legend. Let's get started and enjoy the show. Well, g'day guys, it's Jeff Ross here from the Laptop Lifestyle Dad Show, just jumping into this week's quick coaching episode. And today we're going to be talking about the power of storytelling, crafting your irresistible invite to come check out your amazing opportunity, your amazing product, your amazing blah, 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 So today we're talking about how to frame a story that basically takes people through your Sucksville to Awesome Town journey, your before state to the after, because, hey, we're all selling one form or another of transformation. And so how do we express our amazing products and amazing opportunities in a story format? And this is one of those key things that have helped me with my attraction marketing journey, leading with the power of story to people to see them. Me too. Yes, that is me. Yes, I can relate to that pain. Yes, I can relate to that challenge. I would love to know how you got to the other side of that. What are the answers? So story does matter. Story is a powerful, powerful tool. So learning how to craft a story to be able to invite people into the next stage of your customer value journey is a very powerful asset. So I wanted to break down the framework of story. And there's all different stories that we can use in this space, but I wanted to just spend some time on the framework that I've come to realize that is a very powerful tool in itself to help you to craft your irresistible invite and turn you into a magician when it comes to storytelling. But let me just give you a couple of quick examples around that, just share a couple of stories and then we'll break them down and we'll unpack them stage by stage. So I've got two stories that I want to share with you that I find myself, sharing time and time again, depending on what it is and who it is I'm talking to. So getting clarity on your audience and their needs, niching down is very important to understanding how to craft a story. Because if you don't know your audience intimately, how can you craft a story that's going to take them from Sucksville to Awesome Town, the before state versus the after state, unless you know the journey that they need to take, right? This is the hero's journey type story. I'm not going to go into the framework of a hero's journey. That's a whole nother conversation for another day. But I just want to keep simplified, right? So keep it simple, superstar is definitely the principle here to be able to help you to be able to craft an amazing story. So two examples, right? Let's just talk about our little online church that Sarah and I have started and basically the story that I use to help invite people to come check this out. So you'll see that the framework here for a story, what it does is it allows you to invite people to the next stage. So you share a story, invite, share a story, invite, share a story, invite to the next stage of the customer value journey, whether that be the awareness, the engagement, the community building stage, the list building stage, the tripwire offer, the core offer, whatever it is. You can use these stories throughout to help your people navigate through your customer, through your proven predictable pipeline to be able to help grow amazing community and monetize that off the back of your personal brand, right? So Sarah and I, we started an online church there 4 months ago. And there's an amazing story that I just want to share with you here to basically how we've been able to get this online church in 8 different countries, 75 people in the Facebook group now. We've got 3 small groups. We've got our first online baptism happening very shortly. So, that's some amazing impact and some amazing results off the back of story. of just sharing some amazing stories with people, just like we are with you now. And the framework essentially is, let's look back, let's get clear of the transitional point, let's look forward, and then the invitation. So, here's my story. So basically 10 years ago, I was an atheist, and I got to a point in my life where it was just depressed, very dark. And I got to the point where I was actually almost suicidal. I did actually try to commit suicide. And, my marriage was on the breakdown. We were on the verge of divorce. I was so angry. I was verbally abusive to my wife day in, day out. Not proud of that fact, but life was just really, really hard, right? And I got to the point thinking in my life that my family and my loved ones would be better off without me. So I actually did. I got to a point where about 10 years ago, I had the bottle of Jamison's in one hand. I had the bottle of opioids and the heavy painkiller drugs that I was on at 2 a.m. in the morning, about to just, finish it off. And my 2-year-old son at the time, Harrison, he walked in and he looked up with his big brown eyes and he said, "Dad, what are you doing?" And that stopped me in my tracks in that very moment. And I basically fell to my knees and I just gave him such a great big hug and just cried. It's 2 o'clock till 6 o'clock in the morning, just crying and sobbing my eyes out. And my beautiful wife at the time walked in and she just, saw Harrison cry, basically asleep on my shoulder whilst I was just crying my eyes out. And, I couldn't tell her what happened at that stage and what was going on. I just couldn't stop crying. Anyway, 2 weeks later, I mentioned this story to my business coach at the time, and she said, "Right, well, you got to come and introduce you to my mate Tim because I believe that he could help you." Tim was a senior pastor of the church at the time, and I grew up in an atheistic family, so I didn't know anything about this spiritual side of this conversation. The what I thought at the time, the religious side of this conversation, I was actually very repellent against it. So much so, my wife, with her background and her story, she tried to take me to a Catholic church 2 weeks prior to this whole episode because she was trying to bring God into my life because she knew that's what I needed, but didn't know how to go about it. And, I actually, I chucked a little 2-year-old, 3-year-old hissy fit in the middle of mass and, the top of my lungs screamed out, "I don't want any of this God stuff in my life ever again. And, tried this, done this, it's not for me. And we're never going back to church ever again." It's funny, that how, as I mentioned this story to my good friend, business coach at the time, how, God uses people in our lives to be able to just get through the cracks, to get into the love and just to help transform us from the inside out. And so I got mentioned to Tim, and I said to Tim, I said, "Man, I don't know anything about this God stuff or this fella by the name of Jesus, but I've tried everything the world has to offer and I'm open to learning more and exploring this. What have I got to lose? I basically got to the point that, trying to keep up with the Joneses and the tall poppy syndrome and everything else, trying to do it on my own steam. And it's just been failure after failure after failure. So I've got to try something different, right? So I went on a journey with Tim and he started discipling me. We went through Bible discovery and, I learnt very early on what it was like to be in relationship with Jesus. Not just the religion side of thing, but deep, meaningful, impactful relationship and learning how to read the Bible in a way that I could see the lessons that it was there for us in an intimate way. So through that, understanding how to read the Bible and through that discipleship journey with my good mentor and friend Tim, I decided, 6 weeks into that journey, I've got nothing else to lose. I've tried it the world's way. Why not, go all in? So I gave my life to Jesus and one of the best decisions I ever made because now looking at back, on this 10-year journey before my life with Jesus, it was dark, it was depressive, it was, I got to the point where I did try to kill myself. Found Jesus through relationship and through discipleship and understanding how to apply his ways to my life, to be able to, restore my heart and renew my mind. Now on the other side of this coin, life is full of joy, it's full of peace, it's full of so much purpose. And I'm just on fire now that my wife and I just want to be able to help people learn how to love themselves like I learned to love myself, learn how to find out what their strengths and their self-identity in that space and the way that God has created them, just like I did. Now to be able to help learn people to learn how to love God in that process and how to love our fellow friends and neighbors as well. So much so that Sarah and I just can't help but, go share this with the world that we started an online church called Today's Discipleship Community. And we only just started that 3 months ago. And we would love for you to see if this is a good fit for you. If we could show you a way to be able to help you to transform your life through Jesus's love by learning how to love yourself, learning how to love others, would you be open to learning more? So that's a pretty powerful story, right? And so I've gone through my dark days of my journey. So the before state, I've talked about the transitional points and how I was able to come to that point of the cross, so to speak, and transition and cross over to now the awesome town state and the after effect, and then basically, summarize that with an invite. If I could show you a way to learn how to love yourself and to learn how to love your neighbors and learn how to love God, would you be open to learning more? See, that's the framework for any powerful story, right? So let's reframe that story. Let's talk about something that's a little bit more about making money online and helping you to build your business. And it's the same framework, right? So about 18 months ago, I came across AI. And, I basically threw myself into learning how to use ChatGPT. Now, I have a background of digital marketing for the last, 14 years. And I thought to myself, well, I'm pretty good at this stuff. I've built funnels and I've built websites and, I've managed millions of dollars in ads and Facebook ads and turned that into, millions of dollars of revenue. And so I know a thing or two about marketing, and I'll throw myself into this world of AI and see how I can really leverage it myself. And because some of the challenges that I faced, even with all of the know-how around marketing, I still faced, inconsistency problems with my content, overwhelmed problems with my content, and writer's block, left, right, and center. So I could see people using AI as a tool to be able to help solve that challenge. And look, when I threw myself into AI and not knowing how to really do it, not being taught, just threw myself into the deep end. And I got in there and I started, crafting out these little prompts with ChatGPT. And I thought, yes, I found a tool that's going to help me solve these problems. And I was sorely disappointed. Basically the content that ChatGPT gave me was pretty woeful. It's like, I can write better than this. It's pretty robotic, and and I actually got on, after that conversation with ChatGPT, got on YouTube and I created a video saying, stay away from AI. It's going to ruin your business. It's not going to support you in any way. It's a replacement, not a tool, and it doesn't have heart and it doesn't have your tone. And anyway, so I saw other people talking about how they could use AI to make them sound like them, speak like them, and be a tool, be an asset. And I thought, hang on, what have I missed? So I swallowed some humble pie and I went into a deep dive and came across a couple of coaches in this space, and I learned the whole impact of AI to be able to use it as an asset, not as a replacement, to be able to enhance us, to be able to support us. You need to put great stuff in, not, and so you get great stuff out. If you just put garbage in, you don't give it the foundation that it needs, then how can it support you? We had to learn how to use AI as a tool, and we had to educate it like a kindergarten child. And as we did, it started to mature and it started to become more supportive in that space. And I started to create an amazing content that positioned me as an expert copywriter, that positioned me as an expert attraction marketer, because I understood my audience intimately and I was able to work out how I could serve them, not just, tell them, how I was able to show them what to be able to do in that space. And off the back of that journey, I started the 5-day AI social selling and mastery bootcamp. Social selling and AI mastery bootcamp. And, fast forward to today, 11 months into that journey, I've now written a book in this space, focusing on serving attraction marketing for social selling and attraction marketing for affiliate and network marketers. So much so now I've got clarity on my message. I've got clarity on my purpose. I've now just launched a podcast. We've launched a book where we just come off the back of our 11th boot camp. I've got my own signature program, starting to be recognized as an emerging thought leader in this space. And it all come off the back, learning how to master AI. So that's what I'm on fire for now. And I just love to be able to help others do the same thing. It's the whole learn, do, teach model. And off the positioning of that, I'm now in the space where I can teach you how to master social selling and AI and these amazing tools. So, if I could show you a way to help you, create a personal brand, to help you to nail your niche and master your message, to help you to grow an amazing community and ways to strategies on how to monetize that community, would you be open to learning more? See, I've just gone through my own story there around the AI journey, and then I basically wrapped it up with an invite again, right? So, it's the before state where people can relate to the pain and the challenges that you have to go through, to the transitional point on how you discovered the solutions and even the pain inside that solution as well, and the depth of that, to now the after effect, the awesome town story, and then framing all of that up in a summary in an invite. If I could show you XYZ, the benefits like of Awesome Town, if I could show you how I avoided and received XYZ for the benefits, so like if I could show you the how to avoid the pain that I went through in the before state and show you the results and the impact of the Awesome Town stuff, would you be open to learning more? If I could show you XYZ, would you be open to learning more? That question is $1 million question when you frame it up with the right story. Looking at the before state, looking at the transitional point, looking at the after state, Sucksville versus Awesome Town story. And when you can get this framework right, you can go and promote ice to an Eskimo. You can go and promote just about whatever product or opportunity or whatever service it is that you want to do. For example, like with our massage clinic that my beautiful wife just closed the doors on because our young son has MS, and mum needed to step up and in that space and be mum more, not just massage Sarah. Back when I reflect back though, the thing that made that business so successful was the story. We'd moved to Launceston with no family support. Sarah was a remedial massage therapist, but even still, like with the family of three, no family support, one of the very first things that goes is your own wellness journey, is your own, looking after your own body. And we know as parents, it's very hard to operate out of an empty cup versus a full cup if you're not looking after yourself. So, we thought when we started Sarah's massage clinic, what could we do to be able to help solve this problem? We put a kids crèche in, and so we created a massage center in Tasmania, the only massage center in Tasmania with a kids crèche. And it was a hit. It was a huge hit because we understood the pain that the mums and dads faced if they couldn't look after, get someone to look after their kids. So we solved that problem. So much so that solving that problem got Sarah recognized in 3 years in business. She was up for 3 major business awards with the Telstra Business Awards here for the state of Tasmania. She made it to the finalist stage. And so, like, if I could show you a way to be able to help you to promote your business through the power of story, would you be open to learning more? See, I've just positioned, using Sarah's story as an example of how power of story has helped her, and then invited you to this stage of if I could show you. So I set myself up as the authority. If I could show you X, Y, Z, would you be open to learning more? So it's pretty awesome tool, guys. So I look forward to seeing what your story is. But let's start with the why. Simon Sinek says start with the why because it starts to tap into our buying psychology around the flight or flight response. And yes, I'm here to help you and not harm you. And the way that we can do that straight away is by sharing stories that basically you show people, I've been there. I know where you are. It's the me too factor, right? And by the way, I've escaped that. And through that, be starting with the why behind storytelling, it allows us to have that emotional connection because of that me too factor. It becomes memorable because of that me too factor, and it builds trust through this element because people go through that flight or flight response, and I'm here to help you, not harm you, and we trust people who have gone through similar experiences. So it's a trust building exercise. So start with the before state, but start with from a why are you telling this story, and then we go into basically just to recap. It's the look back, it's the before state, it's the paint a picture of what your Sucksville looked like. Describe the pain points and the challenges that you faced through that pain point, through that Sucksville state. And then you got to transition now. So you just can't jump from Sucksville to Awesome Town. You need to explain to people what was that transition, what was that crossover point, that moment of change or discovery. You heard about my coming to faith story. It was, I got to a point in my life, it was so low. I shared my heart with my business coach. She introduced me to Tim. Tim started going into that journey of discipleship, right? So it was that transitional point. It's the same with the coaching business. It was the same with Sarah's business. What was that transitional point, that moment of change versus discovery? Then that's when you then introduce the solution, the product, the opportunity. Now, we don't focus on the benefits and the features of the product or opportunity. What did I focus on? I focused on the impact, the outcome that those products and opportunity, those things gave us. So introduce your product and opportunity, and then this is now where we dive into the future and the after result. So like the thing now we're looking at here is Awesome Town, and we're looking at the impact and benefits of Awesome Town, not the features. We're unpacking not just the surface level of the benefit, but the outcome of those transformational results. At Ryan Diceford, I learned this from digitalmarketer.com. He says we're all selling one thing. We're selling transformation. It doesn't matter whether it's, promoting an online church, whether it's promoting a AI social selling coaching business, a podcast, a massage center, whatever it is, we're all selling transformation. So, if you can now then take this framework and you can bullet point this and then use ChatGPT to help you to establish this framework, you can now go and create an amazing story. Now, the story is great, but unless you've got the what's next step, the invite to take people into the next stage of your journey, to get them to say, yes, me, I would love to know more about how you did that, then the story is just a story. But we want to be able to now use this as a promotional tool, as a way to empower, as a way to equip, as a way to inspire people to take action themselves. So this is communication and marketing 101. And I found that the perfect framework for an invitation, because sharing the story is great. It helps you to relate. It helps you to connect. It helps you to resonate. But it's the invite that's the most powerful part of this. The story sets the tone. The story gets people to pay attention, because we're all very distracted. So the story grabs people's attention. But then once you've got their attention and you've got this guy's or that girl solve that problem, how did they do it? Now, this is the invite. We don't share the how. We basically show them the why. We show them the what's possible. The how is what they come to you for. The how comes to you via an invite. And basically keep this very simple as well. And you want to make sure you're connecting it back to your story. But essentially the framework for the invite is, if I could show you Z, if I could show you how to avoid XYZ pain to get ABC benefit, would you be open to learning more? Ask an open-ended question, but tailor it in a way that you're getting people to say yes. Like if you put this story and this message in front of the right person, why would they be closed to learning more? People don't, even the most skeptical minds out there don't want to admit that they're closed. Don't want to admit that they're closed-minded, don't want to admit that they're closed-hearted. They'll be open to exploring more to see if it's a fit. So I found if I could show you a way to go do X, Y, Z, would you be open to learning more? And you could back that up with say, would you be open to learning more to see if this is a good fit for you? And I found that framework to a very amazing invitation is one of the most powerful tools that you can have in this space. So guys, use the power of transformation in your story. It's the before versus after narratives. It's not the victimhood story. It's the victor story. Use the lessons that you came out of it. Use the impact and the outcome and focus on those. Set up the story to be able to help you to set up for the invite into the next stage. Like basically our online church, the next stage is come and join our Facebook group. The Laptop Lifestyle Dads communities, join our Facebook group, listen to our podcast, come and join our 5-day social selling and AI mastery bootcamp to learn the how component, right? So focus on how the changes highlighted throughout the journey and use examples of effective transformation throughout your stories. And that'll be able to help you to basically get people to say, yes, me, I'd love to know more. So, guys, take this framework, go run it through ChatGPT, have a bit of a play with it, and drop them in the comments. I'd love to be able to support you in that space because knowledge on ice is useless. I'd rather see ignorance on fire. And basically that's been my whole story through the last 16 years of my entrepreneurial journey is I've learnt these things and then I've gone and implemented, I've gone and taken action and applied the lessons straight away. And just through that, I've been able to learn how to fail forward and fail forward fast, right? Anyhow, guys, that's all I had for today's quick coaching episode. Just wanted to come in here and start to educate on the power of the framework of storytelling because I've come to realize that a lot of people need to know how to craft an amazing story. So I'd love to know in the comments below, please let me know what was the key light bulb moment, the insight that you learned from today's quick coaching episode. And so, but thank you very much for your time. We'll call it a wrap. And I look forward to seeing you on the next Laptop Lifestyle Dad Show quick coaching episode. So we've got our interviews coming up on a Friday. So basically we've got 2 episodes coming out a week. We've got one, which is a quick coaching episode. We've got another one, which is an interview where I'm going out there and I'm interviewing social selling and AI mastery experts. Guys, we've got an awesome roundup of interviews coming your way. And I can't wait for the next episodes that come out in this space. And if you're an expert and you'd love to jump on our podcast, please reach out and we'd love to interview you in that space because I see that, especially in the AI world, that there's so much misinformation, there's so much overwhelming information. And the reason for this podcast and the interviews was to be able to empower, to be able to equip, to be able to help people master this AI and attraction marketing game. And I'm just stepping up and playing my part to be able to serve in that space. So thank you very much. Look forward to seeing you on the next episode and bye for now. Now for some exciting news. Don't forget to grab our brand new book that just launched the other week, Social Selling and AI Mastery for Network Marketers. It's packed with actionable insights and success stories to help elevate your game. And also, whilst you're here, don't forget to mark your calendars for our upcoming 5-day Social Selling and AI Mastery Bootcamp starting July 23rd. This bootcamp's designed to transform your approach to online business with cutting-edge strategies and practical tips. Whether you're just starting out or looking to up your game, this bootcamp is for you. Why join? It's simple. We're here to equip and empower you to achieve true freedom and success in your business. Learn how to balance the chaos of the mum-dad life while mastering social selling and AI. So hit that subscribe button. Don't miss any future episodes. If you loved what you heard, leave us a review and share it with your fellow legends. Let's grow this community together. Stay caffeinated, stay inspired, and keep making memories. Cheers, legends, and we'll see you on the next episode.